Chief Lamy just finished answering a phone call from the faithful servant of Kumar. He sat on the floor of his bedroom crying. "I wish death will just come and take me. I am so tired. When will this end?" he asked with his hands spread in the air. "How can they say it is my turn again to bring a woman for ritual? This is too much for me," he cried bitterly. Chief Lamy belonged to a blood-drinking cult group called the Faithful Servants of Kumar. He joined the Kumar when he was a struggling young businessman trying to make it in the streets of Abuja. He became very rich just 2 years after joining them. He then traveled to his village and got married to a very young virgin, because he believed city girls would be after his money. However, 2 years after marriage, the group told him to offer his lovely wife to Kumar, a woman that had given him a son and was pregnant with another. He cried more when he learnt that his wife will be chained to a pillar in a room and the group will drink her blood for a whole 2 years before her death. When he saw there was no way out of the mess, he planned with a doctor to deliver his wife of the baby and declare her dead through pregnancy. That way everyone would think she died giving birth. He also arranged for a female corpse, and the doctor tried so well to disguise the corpse to look like his wife. The group then took his wife and started draining her blood, little by little. This happened 16 years ago, and he had married 3 more times afterwards. The wives all gave birth to either a child or 2. Life was beautiful on the outside, but he was so miserable inside. That was why he was crying after receiving a call from the group to marry again, as it was his turn to submit his wife. "I don't know why you always complain whenever it is your turn. We have all been bringing our wives for years just like you. Remember, Kumar now demand yearly change of these women, so the demand is now higher. Do what you must, else you will lose all you have built," Chief Isaac, his fellow group member, said, assuring him. "Getting the women is not the issue, so do what you must. After all, they are all greedy," Chief Isaac said, laughing. So Chief Lamy started hunting for his prey. He likes young, innocent, unexposed women from uneducated families, so that they cannot question him that much when their daughter dies. So he traveled to his village once again to search. Every greedy mother positioned their daughters well to be picked by Chief Lamy. After all, he is a great philanthropist with investments all over the world. "My daughter, when you get there, do your best so that he can pick you. You know we have been suffering and your siblings need your help as the first child of this family," Mrs. Aduku was advising and cajoling her only daughter Amy to work towards being chosen by Chief Lamy. "But Mommy, I don't want to get married now. I want to learn a trade and become a successful woman. Besides, this is the 5th time Chief Lamy is getting married. No one seems to care why his wives dies," Amy said boldly to her mother. "Because you have a gift of seeing supernatural things doesn't make you more special than other girls. There is nothing wrong with a man remarrying after the death of his wife. The previous wives were just unlucky to have died through childbirth," Mrs. Aduku said, unbothered. "This is what everyone in this village keeps saying. No one asks questions because of money," Amy said angrily. Amy has a special gift of seeing supernatural things. She even communicates with the dead. Few days later, Chief Lamy's convoy entered his village. Young girls were all over the place doing all sorts of things to be noticed by him. Chief Lamy wounded down his glass waving at them. Then he spotted Amy and asked his driver to stop. "Call that girl on green." When Amy was told to come, she refused, but when everyone started abusing her for being too proud, she shyly got into the car with Chief Lamy and they drove off. Amy didn't say anything apart from her name and the name of her parents. She was just quiet. Chief Lamy took her quietness as naivety. The next day, he visited Amy's parents to make his intention known. He came with a car, lots of food and 20 million naira, just to propose to Amy. Her parents were overjoyed and accepted his proposal on behalf of Amy. Few weeks later, Amy's traditional marriage was talk of the town. Everyone wished to be in her shoes. She was sad, but helpless. Immediately she stepped into Chief Lamy's house after marriage. She saw the ghost of his previous wives, standing behind the door waiting to warn her. She fainted. Amy woke up and found herself in a very beautifully decorated bedroom. She looked around but saw no one. She was about to call out for help when the door flung open. "Oh, dear, you are awake. What is wrong? You scared me. How do you feel now?" Chief Lamy bombarded her with questions. "I don't know, I just felt dizzy," she lied. Amy was about to tell him what she saw, when she heard a woman shout from what seemed like the next room, "Do not tell him anything, keep it to yourself." "Did you hear that?" Amy asked Chief Lamy, looking terrified. "Heard what?" "The house is as silent and as peaceful as it can be. No one is here except my domestic staff, and this floor is off limit for them," Chief Lamy said, smiling. "What of your children?" Amy asked boldly. "They live in one of my properties," Chief Lamy said, sounding irritated. "This one is asking too many questions. She is not naive as I thought," Chief Lamy thought to himself, frowning. "I want to take a tour around the house," Amy demanded in a commanding tone. "Tour? Why?" Chief Lamy asked in a harsh tone. "I just want to see where I would be living from now on. Is it bad?" Amy said, raising her voice. Chief Lamy could not believe his ears. Did this village girl just talk to me in a commanding tone? "I just hope I didn't make mistake this time around," he thought to himself with a deep frown on his face. Amy could feel dead person's presence. She knew she heard something, but she doesn't know what it meant. To her greatest surprise, she saw the 4 ghosts she had seen earlier. She started breathing fast and was about to run back when she heard, "Wait, we need to warn you. We are very happy that you can see and hear us." Amy stopped on her way. Chief Lamy was already losing it. "What is wrong with you, this girl? Are you sure you are mentally sound? Why are you behaving like a mad person?" Chief Lamy was shouting and causing out impatiently. Amy was about to lash out too when she heard, "Apologize. Do not challenge him. Tell him this kind of luxury is new to you. Just tell him something sweet," one of the ghosts advised. "I am sorry, Chief. I have not seen a house this big and beautiful," Amy lied, smiling nervously. "Oh, is that the issue? I understand. It is always like this at first," he said, laughing. "Can I just sit down in the parlor? I feel dizzy after walking around in this house," Amy lied. "Oh my dear, you can." Chief Lamy sat down beside her and rang a bell. About 10 domestic staff in black and white uniform lined up. They all greeted at once with their heads bent. "These are your errand staff," Chief Lamy said boastfully while pointing at them. "Anything you need or want to do or be done, just ring this bed beside the cushion and one or all of them will run coming," he said, laughing. "This is your madam, you all know what to do," he said in a commanding tone. After a while, he asked them to leave. Chief Lamy looked at Amy and discovered she was not thrilled like his previous wives. His previous wives would start asking the domestic staff their names and job function, trying to show off their leadership skill, but Amy was almost absent-minded. He was not happy about it, but he let it slide. "I will get this girl pregnant immediately and fast-track her sacrifice. I can't stand her," Chief Lamy thought, frowning. The 4 ghosts, whose hands were bound with a very thick rope, told Amy to try and relax so that Chief Lamy would not notice they were there. Amy refused Chief Lamy's advances to lay with her at night. She claimed to be shaken from the fainting earlier. Chief Lamy was very angry and worried, but he decided to sleep over on it and decide on how best to handle Amy. Amy, on the other hand, cannot wait to talk to the dead women she has been seeing. She could feel they have a lot to tell her. The next day, Chief Lamy left early and Amy was happy. She found out the ghosts were always downstairs and she have never felt their presence upstairs. "Come down now, we need to talk to you," Amy heard a voice speak from the other room. She opened the room, but saw no one, so she ran downstairs and saw the 4 women crying. "Please, we need your help, we are trapped," they chorused at once. Amy then asked them who they were. "We are his, Chief Lamy's previous wives, and he used our blood for rituals. We cannot even rest in peace, and our hands are tied so we cannot fight. You are the first person to see us after all these years, so we need your help." All they were saying was sounding strange to Amy, so they told her everything about Chief Lamy, and that she will join them soon if she doesn't listen to them. "You seem different and you have a special gift, that is why you can see us. But you have to act fast. Amy tried to touch their hands but could not. They told her to make sure Chief Lamy doesn't ever find out they were there. But Chief Lamy didn't really go out, he only left the house to watch Amy through his CCTV. He wanted to know what Amy was up to. So when Amy was talking with the ghosts, Chief Lamy was watching. What is she doing? Chief Lamy wondered. He kept looking at her, and was wondering what or who she could be talking to. At a time, Amy stood up and was boiling with rage after listening to what Chief Lamy's previous wives had gone through. Go and check who my new wife is talking to. She has been sitting in my living room now, talking for hours, Chief Lamy instructed the youngest member of their cult. A young man of 30 years old who was placed under Chief Lamy by the faithful servant of Kumar to mentor. When Jang entered Chief Lamy's living room, he saw no one but Amy talking to herself. He listened for a while, but could not understand what she was talking about. He walked in and greeted Amy. Hello madam, I am a friend of your husband, he said I should wait for him at home. Don't fall for it, he is one of them, one of the ghosts said. Look at that ring on his baby finger, they all wear it. So be very careful with him. Amy smiled nervously and asked, does Chief know you are coming? No he doesn't, but I will wait for him here. Chief Lamy actually sent Jang because he couldn't hear what Amy was saying. He wanted him to record her. Jang stayed for 10 minutes and told Amy he would return later. He dialed Chief Lamy's number and put his phone on silence, then hid it on the couch. This was how Chief Lamy got to know that the ghosts of his former wives were living with him, and that Amy has the gift of talking to ghosts. He became worried and scared. What if Kumar rejects this sacrifice? How do I get married again within this short time? And I cannot let Amy live, whether I am using her for the sacrifice or not. She knows too much. So he called Chief Isaac and told him the concerns he was having. Hurry up her sacrifice. People will talk for some days and shut up. After all, you are a rich man. They will always defend you, Chief Isaac said, encouraging Chief Lamy. Are you saying she will not die of childbirth again? People will start suspecting me, Chief Lamy said, looking worried. They are already suspecting you, so do what you must. I don't know why you always sound helpless when it is your turn to bring a sacrifice. Be a man and stop thinking of an excuse, Chief Isaac said angrily. Remember, you have just 4 months left to surrender her fully to Kumar. You wasted a whole 10 months trying to talk yourself out of doing what you are supposed to do. So hurry up and get things done. Chief Lamy was angry by the time Chief Isaac finished talking to him. Whenever he is around, we will be telling you what to do. All you have to do is to not reply us, the first wife said to Amy. He is supposed to have sacrificed someone some months ago, but he wasn't ready to go through the rigors of marriage. So you will be given to Kumar any moment from now. The second wife added. Chief Lamy came in and pretended not to have heard anything Amy was saying before. We have a party to attend next week, so many dignitaries will be in attendance. This will be our first party together. Chief Lamy said to Amy, forcing himself to smile. Just act normal and rejoice about what he just told you. One of the ghosts said. Amy laughed oddly and said, I am so happy, I can't wait to go out and meet new rich people. Chief Lamy eyed her wickedly. The way he is looking at you, I think this is the party they will hand you over, so we must plan ahead. You can never attend, you must not, else you are never coming back, and your family will be told one stupid story. Please learn from our mistakes, the third wife said, crying. First of all, remove that flower he placed beside the stair. There is something inside it that have made it impossible for us to go upstairs. And we need to be able to access every part of this house, so that we can be able to see what you cannot see. The next day, Amy removed the flower and trashed it. The dead wives could now come up to her room to talk to her. First of all, start planning how to run away. Amy laughed and said, I am not a prisoner, I can just walk out of the gate undisturbed. The last wife shook her head and said, so you don't know that you are in prison? Try and go out and see how his security men will never allow you. Amy became really scared and tried to go out. To her shock, the security men refused to let her out. That was when she called her mother. Mommy, I think I am in danger. Please come and help me. I cannot go out. Chief Lamy kept me a prisoner. Amy said, crying. Prisoner? It's not possible. I think he is just trying to protect you. Be loyal and submissive to your husband. He knows the best. Besides, thank him for us. He sent us another 20 million, Amy's mother said, and cut the call. Amy cried, but vowed to save herself. Few days to the party, Jang came to see Chief, but Chief was not around. In fact, he actually came to give Chief the substance that he will give to Amy to make her unconscious. He is here to give Chief what he will give you before bringing you to their meeting, so that you won't even fight them at all. Now is your opportunity, run. The first wife said, crying. Amy, after much thought on what to do, hit a heavy stool on the back head of Jang. He fell on the floor and lost consciousness. Amy took off his cloth and dressed up like him. Amy cannot drive, so how will she walk out of the gate like Jang without driving his car? So she dressed up, walked to the gate and said, changing her voice as much as she could, "Open the gate, let me get something down there, I will come back for my car." The gate man, who was busy waiting movie on his phone, hardly looked up. She left and was about to run when the second gate man shouted, "Who are you? Stop there." But Amy ran as fast as she could, but they were faster. He placed a bag over Amy's head, and she was shouting and struggling. The man that caught her said, "Stay quiet if you really wish to live." She managed to keep calm as she could not even see where they were going. She felt herself thrown into a boot of a car and the car drove off. Let me go, she shouted in a muffled voice because of the bag over her head. After what seemed like an eternity, the car stopped and the boot was opened. Amy was taken inside and the head cover was removed and her hands that were tied was untied too. "Help! Help!" Amy shouted and made to run out of the door, but the door was locked. "No need to make noise and attract my neighbors, I want the same thing you want. Expose Chief Lamy." Amy turned to see a very handsome young man in his early 30s. "My sister was one Chief Lamy's former wives. She died few months after marriage from pregnancy complications. Chief Lamy gave my parents 50 million, and that was what raised my curiosity. I found out that all his wives die within 2 years due to the same reason. So when I heard he was getting married again, I prayed his new wife will be someone rebellious, that will be willing to expose him. I have been watching his house, driving around, looking for any opportunity to get in or speak with you, until I saw you running and his men trying to catch you. I had to swing in and rescue you so that we can make plans on how to expose him. And by the way, my name is Sam." He stretched him hand to shake Amy's hand. "Thank you for rescuing me, but I am not interested in exposing Chief Lamy. I just managed to escape with my life and you are asking me to go back." "No, I won't," Amy said resolutely. "You should. I promise I won't let anything bad happen to you," Sam said angrily. "How will you do that? When you couldn't even get into his house and talk to me?" Sam knelt down crying, begging Amy to please try. "I can't move on knowing my only sister was murdered because my parents didn't know better then. I will give cameras to put all over his house, then I can watch you from here," Sam told Amy, who was still saying no. For hours, Sam tried his best to convince Amy to cooperate with him, but she refused. So he stood up, covered Amy's head again, tied her hand and wore her the small wires and microphone around her waist and body. He put Amy, who was struggling to free herself, into the boot of his car and drove off. He got to Chief Lamy's gate and dumped her there, then zoomed off. The last word he said to Amy before leaving her there was, "If you like, don't cooperate." Amy, who thought Sam left her by the roadside because her head was still covered, started calling for help, and a hand helped her and took her straight to Chief Lamy. Amy was so surprised and terrified to see herself before Chief Lamy in his living room. She wept bitterly and caused at Sam for doing that to her. "You wanted to run away from me," Chief Lamy said and slapped Amy hard across the face. "I will show you why I married you in few hours' time. How dare you try to give me high blood pressure? Take her to her room to get dressed, we are leaving now," Chief Lamy barked. When Amy removed her cloth, she saw the 2 cameras and microphones Sam had tied on her cloth. She quickly placed one in a strategic corner, If I am going to die, at least let my parents and the world know how and why I died, Amy said, crying. After crying, she noticed that she could no longer feel or see the ghosts of the 4 women. She felt really sad. Then she faced the camera and said, "Sam, if you are watching me, please come to my rescue, I don't want to die." "What are you doing here and who are you talking to?" Chief Lamy said, flinging the door open. "Oh, you are looking for the silly ghosts of my former wives. I have sent them to where they belong. So you will never see them again." When Amy felt that this was her chance to make Chief Lamy implicate himself, she said, "So killing your wives to remain rich is a flex? How many are you going to kill and for how long?" Chief Lamy slapped her and shouted, "Shut up, you know nothing about me, and if I have to kill hundreds of your type to remain where I am, I will do it. Move, I am going to make sure your death is slower than the others." Sam, upon recording these words and capturing Chief Lamy saying them, took the video to the police. "Someone is in danger, they are taking her to where they will kill her." The police swung into action. "How did you know about this?" the officers asked Sam while kitting up to go for rescue mission. "Because she made a video," Sam said happily. "Can we see the video?" the police officers asked. When they saw the video, they looked at one another and asked, "Is that not Chief Lamy? How did you invade his privacy?" the officers asked while arresting Sam. They took Sam to their boss and showed him the video. Their boss asked the officers to lock Sam up until they conclude their investigation. Amy found herself in the midst of men dressed in a long red robe bowing before a huge statue. She was hopeful that help will come through Sam. But her hope dashed when she saw a man being forced into the gathering, with his hands bound to his back and his mouth gagged. Amy shouted, "Sam," when she saw the face of the man. But what they didn't know was that Sam had a small button camera on his shirt and which he connected to livestream on his social media account. So everyone was watching. This was how the information reached the Commissioner of Police. And he sent squad to go and rescue them. Due to the things that happened before Amy was brought to the faithful servants of Kumar, Chief Lamy forgot to give Amy the substance that will make her docile. So the other members were surprised to hear Amy shouting, "Help! Help me! I bind you all in the name of Jesus." Her utterances threw them into a serious commotion and they all faced Chief Lamy shouting, "How is she still conscious and aware of her environment? Why did you not give her the special water to take? Is this your plan to expose us? Since you joined us, you have never fully settled in like all of us. What do you want to achieve with this stunt you just pulled?" The entire gathering turned into a serious banter and Sam's camera was streaming it live. In that instant, their leader appeared and stabbed Chief Lamy in his chest. They all cheered him on to finish Chief Lamy as he was not a worthy servant. Chief Lamy fell on the ground and was losing blood. "Bring her here," their leader commanded. They dragged Amy to their altar and their leader injected her on the neck. She instantly became docile, just blinking continuously as if she was a zombie. "Stop right there," a police officer shouted at their leader who was about to drain Amy of her blood. The next second, police officers surrounded them, but did nothing to them. They instead took Sam outside and stripped him naked in order to get rid of the camera that was streaming the activity. The officers bowed to their leader, saying, "Our boss sent us to help you contain the situation on ground." In order not to be pointed at by the people that viewed the streaming, they released Sam and Amy. They gave Sam his phone to make a live video saying whatever they watched was a prank and that he and his girlfriend Amy are alive and well. Sam did as he was told. He also videoed Amy, who was looking like a zombie, so people believed him. They dumped Amy near her village and she was just sitting on the road looking like a statue. People were passing and no one recognized her. It took several days before someone recognized her and took her home to her parents. Her parents, who were living in luxury, were so surprised to see her in that form. They tried all they could to reach Chief Lamy to at least explain to them what happened to their daughter, but failed. They even went to the city where Chief Lamy was living, but was told he was dead. So there was absolutely no one to explain to what happened to their daughter. The only person who would have explained what happened to them distanced himself from them because he was threatened to stay away. Sam even took down the video he made about the cult group. Then a rumor of how she cheated on Chief Lamy and the land causing her started circulating her village. Amy's parents took her to several men of God and even shrines, but there were no changes. Years later, Amy was still in trance-like state, and her parents blamed themselves for allowing her marry a man that was obviously mysterious. All the money they collected from Chief Lamy was used in seeking solution to Amy's condition. So they ended up wretched, miserable and poor.
Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.